Hi there, it's Kevin with Roguedeckbuilder.com here with game number 2, or match number 2, with our first Gatecrash draft going Boros. This is a pretty good hand with the Halberders and the Gilgate first turn. I'm going to keep it. I like this hand a lot. On the draw here, against another black deck. Alright. At least we don't have to go against that make all your swamps tap for 2 thing. So no heavy ramping. Hopefully not. You never know with this game. So lead off with the Boros Gilgate. And there's our 5-alarm fire that we'll get to test out. See if it's actually decent to play. And he's got no turn 2 play, which is awesome for us. Draw into another land, which is fine. Go ahead and play this mountain here. And tap our lands right. And pass it to him. So I don't know what the play is here. If he plays a card, I don't know if I think the 5-alarm fire is actually the better play here, as we can get a counter on it. And we spend our mana more effectively. So I am going to throw it out here. And we are testing this. So another thing we could do is smite and kill off that. So no, we can't. Okay, because it's got to be a block. I'm thinking that works for blocked or blocking, but it doesn't. Or we could just go the madcap skills here. And, ooh, wow. You know what? I think that getting in 6 damage is more important. So I think we just go like this. And get him down to 14. So I'm facing another Esper deck, exact same as last round. And he has all the Basilica guards. We saw so many of these things go around. So I think that was that second pack that I saw a ton of Basilica cards? So he could have been to the right of me, and I think the other guy was to the left of me. I can't remember the order that I opened the packs in. But both of these guys seem like they were probably pretty close to me. I did not see a Screecher, though. Oh, that's going to make it... Hoping I draw Mugging here. Mugging would be awesome. No, I draw Plains. Okay. So I think the right play here is to chuck out this Halberder and just pass a turn to him. This double Extort. You know what? It actually might be. I could kill them both. It is in my best interest here to kill 2 Extorters. Yeah, I think it is. I don't want to sit back against an Orzhov deck and let him build up his board presence. So I think this trade is definitely worth it. We could have waited for some sort of trick. Oh, God. All right, that's the thing. So he does have the smite, though, anyway. We would have to face that eventually. And he only gets this... He doesn't get to extort anything, which is good. Alright, well, that's that. Does get a 2 for 1 me. So we have a couple things we can do against like any sort of removal deck like this. We can actually take the madcap skills out, or we can side in the creature. No, that doesn't work in smite, I guess. I was thinking about the card that prevents damage, but smite's not damage. Keep thinking this smite is the one that from Avacyn Restored that is 2 damage target attacking or blocking creature. Oh, look at this. We were just gonna get extorted to death. These extort decks are definitely the counter to... Oh wow. He's gonna put that on his Basilisk creature. Yeah, definitely these extort decks are the counter to Boros. But I'm not out of this game quite yet. So what's so crazy about this deck is I about this format is you know by turn 5 if you lose or not. That's how the pre-release was as well. And he missed his double click, so that's unfortunate for him. The thing about Cypher and Extort is it casts it, so you can actually use Extort. Guess the right thing in here is just play this 5-alarm fire and try to get some triggers or some counters going on it. But this last thoughts is just going to murder me. I have to find an answer for that Basilica Screecher. I knew he just ends up taking it. Oh yeah, because he's playing around. Okay, he's playing around any sort of pump. Aurelia is pretty boss here if I draw Aurelia next turn. No Extort triggers here, and he won't be able to extort the last thought either. Not too worried about a 2-2. Oh wow, yeah, I think I'm just pretty much dead here. He gets my Founder Champion as well, which was my answer. For that. Yeah, he's definitely just going to mill me out here with this last thought unless I can find an answer. Mugging, of course, would be awesome. Aurelia would be awesome here. Founder Champ would have been awesome. Well, that was a pretty good mill by him. Because it would have had an answer for that Screecher. And that is an answer for the Screecher. And I think we get rid of it right now. And that way we can block his Consuming Aberration next turn as well, and then smite it. So we're back in this game. With that, and he only ended up drawing 2 cards off that last thoughts and milling 2 cards out of me. So looking okay. Five Consuming Aberration. Man, that guy gets big quick. But we do have an answer for him. 1/1 lifelink. Oh, did he just give it flying? Well, that's a thing. Yikes. So now we have to draw into our now we definitely have to draw into either a flyer or into our exile a creature spell. Otherwise, we're pretty much dead. Going to be on a 2-turn clock here, as he's going to be able to mill down to two more next turn. So this will take us down to 9. Wow, very powerful deck this guy has. And he's back up to 20. And see what other shenanigans he has. Corsair Rally would be great here. 5-alarm fire seems a little bit slow. We'd have to get a very aggressive draw, and it takes away our 3 slots, so I think it's going to come out. And that's not going to do it. I'm just going to get milled next turn and die. I'd rather not have him see any more of my deck here, so we'll just concede. Skyknight would have done it. Next card, so maybe we could have actually held off one more turn, but I don't think it was worth it. He probably had an answer for it. All right, we'll go on to game number 2. So sideboard, I am going to take out the 5-alarm fire. Other than this, it is an answer for any sort of shenanigans like that. I'm thinking the Ember Beasts are quite powerful here. We can actually, if we can just go on all out, he did seem slowish, and we can just try to get our battalion online and take the 5-alarm fire out. Maybe the glory. Smite again is just not doing very well for me in this deck. I think I'm going to take the Madcap skills out and one more card out. Maybe take a mountain out. We'll try this. We'll try this more hyper-aggressive build. Try to get him before he gets us with all the extort. Again, Skullcrack could come in here. It is an answer for his lifelink as well, if he gets that on a dude. But I'd rather just have the board presence. And that's a very good draw. It's got action, 4 lands, pit fight. We're not going to mull this. Foundry Street Denizen's going to get in there for hopefully 4 by the time he deals with it. So we'll go ahead, lead off like this. That's a good card, Unlimited. Makes all your dudes unblockable. And actually the hexproof does come in handy as well. Okay, I'll definitely trade anything here to kill that. I was hoping to grab some of these Syndicate of Ties. It's one of the better commons out of the set. It works in a Boros and in Orzhov quite easily. Mugging, Amber Beast. Yeah, so I do think we do play the Ember Beast here, and if he wants to trade, I'm more than happy to trade either one of these. So we did curve out perfectly. That was a great draw there. So now he's on a 14. We got the pit fight for the Ember Beast, and that's a great combo because it's going to be able to kill anything that he puts out next turn. And I will be able to save my guys as well. So he's stuck on his black. He needs his black big time for his deck to work. I'm feeling very good about this. The Glaring Spotlight was kind of a dead card right now. He could sack it and make his dude hexproof. But that's fine by me. And now he can't. So Basilica Guards. That's unfortunate. We do not have an answer for that. Kills both our guys off. Huh. Yeah, that was the most unfortunate card that we could have seen here. Throw the Guildgate out. The Founder Champion's going to get in there for a lot of damage by the time we can cast it. So I do want to keep my stuff alive. So I could trade 2 2 cards for 1. I don't think that's the right move. I think the right move here is just, we're going to go ahead before he can give it hexproof. We're going to kill off this Syndicate of the Tithes and pass it back to him. Stupid Basilica Guards. Still stuck on his black. I still do think that's the right move to get rid of the double extort. I want to try to wheel him down as quick as possible without him gaining a crap ton of life. And double extort does do that, especially with if he has excess lands. A lot of these extort decks like to play 17, even 18 lands just so they can guarantee extort. Yep, and I'm going to extort it here. Not too worried about that guy. He will start to wheedle me down, but not that big of a deal. Okay, now we have the mana to cast our Foundry Champion next turn, and it will be able to kill the Basilica Guard or whatever other monstrosity he decides to put out. And now we need to draw into our boss Aurelia. Still stuck on his black. I don't know how heavy he went into black. It did seem like he did have a decent amount of black cards last game. So I'm pretty sure that's what his hand is stuck with a bunch of black. So is he going to attack in with his rogue? I'm definitely going to ooh, Glaring Spotlight. Yeah, that's bad. But I will make him actually use it next turn. So yeah, I will make him crack it. I still think that is the better play, is to make him crack this Glaring Spotlight. Which he will do. He's activating it. But that does stop an alpha swing later on. And again, the Foundry Champion can just start getting in there. So yeah, I can attack with the Ember Beast and the Foundry Champion next turn. So I'm in decent shape. Not too worried about the rogue. It's going to take him quite a few turns. Again, it doesn't look like he... Oh, Jesus. Alright, well, that's going to... He decides not to extort here, though. Don't know if he just misclicked or if he actually does have 2 mana to do something here. But that, again, that is a very powerful enchantment. Definitely have to find an answer. And the mountain definitely is not an answer. But I think we just start alphaing here. Because he is going to be able to kill off one of our 2/1s, but I do believe that alphaing is the right move. And yep, we can pump. All the way up, do some significant damage. He's down to 4. We're bound to top something, right? Besides the land. Now I'm wishing I didn't side that Madcap skills out, as he would be dead unless he had another card out. 4 cards in hand. You got to think that it's going to be black cards. What do we got? A horrible card. Does he have the tap down? Could have the smite again. He has to block the Foundry Champion. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Does he have it? Smite Extort. Oh, of course he has it. Ay, ay, ay. Down to 2, but he'll go back up to 5. Not much we can do here. Maybe I did need to save that pit fight. But that lifelink Extort, such a pain to deal with. So he's deciding to leave him back. I hope he does leave him back. The crack is not... I don't have the skull crack. Mugging doesn't do anything. Of course, the Angelic Edict is a boss, and Aurelia is a boss. If I pull Aurelia here, it is over. Still stuck on black, which is very fortunate for us. This game would be far over. This gift of Orzhov is just amazing. And I guess the Foundry Champion to the head would have been the game if I would have. Nah, I thought it'd be a better trade to take out that Glaring Spotlight. Well, the Mountain is definitely not a good draw. We'll keep one land in our hand, just making play around stuff, but that's half our lands. We're both kind of screwed this game though, so. Alright, seems like he drew either a black card or something. Let's see if we can draw another land. Amber Beast. Doesn't do it. But it does allow us to start swinging with both Ember Beasts, though. And of course we won't swing into him. Still no swamp. So he needs a swamp and I just need non-land cards. But unfortunately, I'm glad he's hanging back, because I'd be so dead here if he wouldn't have. And there's the Angelic Edict, so hopefully this should be game. Unless he's got a counter spell. And he does. Scatter Arc, and it draws a spell. Or draws a card. Okay. Well, that's that. And he's going to be able to extort. Ouch. But he still has to block, right? So if I attack there and there, let's see, let's do some math here. So if I attack here and here, he has to block. Yeah, and I don't want to block this because then he can choose to block that to mitigate the damage. So I just attack with the 2 Ember Beasts. And he still has to block here. Why did he do that way? I'm definitely going to kill off your rogue. I do not understand why he decided to block particularly that way. Could have saved himself 3 damage by... Yeah. I guess he's still playing around this mountain in my hand. Okay. He can't regenerate it, though. Come on, Aurelia. So he blocks there. Or just blocks there and takes 1. Takes 2 here. Loses his dutiful troll. And it doesn't really matter how he blocks here. It would have been the same. Oh, he's going to kill both of them and go to 1. Because he doesn't want my Howl Builder to get Battalion next turn. And did he find his swamp? Still no swamp. I feel you, buddy. And he does concede here. Wow, yeah. We are drawn into a brick of lands here. Let's see. So I kind of like the Madcap skills. He does have... I don't know if he really has a way to deal with Madcap skills or Skullcrack. I would like to find another way to deal with that enchantment, but... Ember Beasts seem very good. The Foundry Street Denizens didn't. I'm definitely going to take them out on the draw. Other than they did actually do quite a bit of damage. Glory still seems very good. I'm liking these Ember Beasts with the pit fight. So maybe the Hellraiser Goblin is... No, I like a 2/2 haster, but I don't like the options of having to attack in. I think that might be... Well, maybe not. We have a lot of ways we can play around it. Maybe just cut our 1-drops here and play it out like this. Yeah, that's how I'm going to do it. Skullcrack could save us, like, him gaining 5 life off of that enchantment, and it could be the deciding factor. An okay hand. No creatures. But we have the removal for his Extort dude right off the bat. So I like this mugging, and we have a pit fight eventually when we do draw into a creature. This kills his 1/2 flyer or Extort or his bear Extort guy. So I'm okay with keeping my hand with mugging. 4 of our 16 lands should be in good shape. And there's the Angelic Edict, but I like to have a creature here to start pounding him away, but we'll have to do with this. We can cast everything in our hand. Heaven forbid we have to cast this Scorchwalker. Give me a creature. That is a creature. Would have been better last turn, of course, but it is what it is. Now, we definitely have answers for anything he puts out. And now it seems like he's stuck on white, and that's kind of, you know, he is complaining a little bit, but that is the problem with going 3 colors. You're going to get mana screwed a lot, actually, especially with no fixers. And I didn't see him have a Guildgate or anything. The guy before me was actually playing those Guildgates. Now I think the right play here is to just play out this Scorchwalker. I mean, it is a good Blood Rush card, but with the amount of control that we have on board with this Martial Glory and being able to kill a blocker, I think the Scorchwalker is going to be able to do more damage by just coming out than... Counter Expo is going to put top 2 cards alive. Okay, that's fine. Hey, that was actually very awesome for us because it got rid of a plains and a mountain that we do not need. So I'm okay with that. So got rid of a counter spell that is could counter one of our better threats in our hand, and got rid of the 2 lands that we now do not have to draw into. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We are almost at 50% of our land with little over 60% left of our deck. So it's looking good. Yeah, so he's thinking about what to do now. He's stuck on white. And white did seem to be, well, pretty even with him. His white did seem pretty powerful as well. That 1/4 Extort guy, Defender Extort guy, was very powerful. But no matter what he plays next turn, I can Angelic Edict. So, yeah. What else did he have last game that I had to be afraid of? I'm liking this pit fight with the Martial Glory. I could definitely 2 for 2 into an attack, into it, and +3/+3, fight it, kill whatever blocks it. So definitely good control hand. I'd like to see a Foundry Champion or an Aurelia, of course, or the Sunhome Guild Dude to be great. See if Consuming Aberration's coming out. Parasite, I probably will mug that, especially if he puts the lifelink on it. Hand of Binding, tap target creature. Okay, so is he gonna Cypher the Thrall? So definitely the Thrall is going to get mugged here. And that's good because we can actually play that guy out as well. So go ahead and mug him. Mug any Extort guy. And play out the Veteran. Pretty decent shape. He found his swamps. I'll just joke around with him. He probably doesn't appreciate that comment, but all right. Enters the battlefield. His owner returns the hand, and then I discard a card. Is Pit Fight the weakest card here, or is Martial Glory the weakest fight? One of the pieces here is the weaker, and maybe just the Veteran's the weaker card here. I think the Veteran is the weaker of the cards here. Let's discard the Veteran. Go ahead and throw that out. Now do I just Edict? We'll give him some options here. Oh, that only gets my guy up to 4 toughness. Well, that was bad of me. But he won't block, so I'm glad he didn't, because I'd actually like to keep my guy alive. Now, do I Edict here? Do I care about a 4/4? I think it's one of his better cards in the deck, and I'd just like to spend my mana, and I think I can handle anything else. Nine lands still left in my deck. Still got bombs. Bombs galore. Mostly creatures left in my deck. 18 creatures, and I've seen 2 of them. So 16 creatures and 9 lands. That's all I have left then. Do I have all of my... No, I guess still like Skull Crack. So oh yeah, I did go to the 16 creatures. Sorry about the delay here. This guy seems to be thinking pretty hard on what to do. So again, lucky for us he didn't get his planes. But then again, I'll stick to this. This is the problem with running 3-color decks. This happens all the time, especially on the MTGO. Ember Beast isn't too bad. It's a nice draw with the Pit Fight. Yeah, I guarantee he's stuck on the plains here. Sorry about the delay here. My opponent seems to be playing extremely slow. Let's hope for Aurelia here, because that's just a win. Not a bad draw. Wow, he can get very buff. 2+0 and first strike, huh? He's a vigilance. So barring nothing crazy, this should be our game. And we'll go to the finals in our first Gatecrash draft, which is awesome. Yep, another island for him. I feel it for you, buddy. So 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I could go for the win here, or I could play it safe. And I think I'm going to go for it. And he does concede. Anyway, sucks that he didn't draw his forest. I would actually like to see how this would have played out. We did still have 2 of our control cards in his hand. And yeah. Anyway, this is Kevin from Roguedeckbuilder.com. Thanks for watching.